Hey everybody, this is Dr. Sam with Chronic Health Solutions, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the 5 weight loss mistakes. Okay, you may start a plan or an eating program, and number one, you might feel after a little bit of time that it's not working, when in fact our experience shows that it really is. Now, what does that mean? Well, you might come in for one of your follow-up appointments with us, and you feel that you've been following directions, following the program, but you feel like you're not losing weight. And in fact, what happens is that you're burning fat, but at the same time, you're increasing muscle. And what you have to realize is that muscle is very heavy. Okay, what we do is we do our follow-ups, and we do our follow-up body composition analysis that takes this into effect of fat burning and other indicators, and we can actually show you, hey, listen, you've lost X amount of body fat, and you've gained some muscle mass. But what happens is that you start noticing that your clothes are fitting better, because when you increase muscle mass, the body works more efficiently. You increase the metabolism, so you may not be noticing this huge drop off in weight. But when you come in and do the numbers and do the follow-up, you'll see that your body composition analysis will show that, hey, you're in the right direction. You're getting healthy. You're losing body fat, and you're putting on muscle mass or muscle weight, and that's what you're feeling. So the program's working. So don't give up. Okay, keep at it, and don't be fooled by that. Okay, number 2, using the caloric model. Now, this is something that Weight Watchers with this point system, and they feel that as long as you stay under a certain amount of points, or in their program calories, that everything is okay. You can have a chocolate cake, but you're staying under a certain amount of calories. But the problem is that not all calories are the same. Okay, you want to eat good protein calories. Okay, you want to eat your chicken and your beef and your turkey. Okay, just like on our program, you're not going to be hungry. Okay, you're not going to be hungry. Okay, and it's not a calorie reduction. You're going to eat until you're content. But you get into these programs that indicate to you that you can eat, just about anything, and you'll be okay, when in fact that's not healthy. Okay. And one thing about our particular program too is that, yes, you will lose your weight goals, but you're going to get healthy. And like I mentioned before, your follow-up BCA, your body composition analysis, will indicate this. It'll show us increased metabolism, body fat loss, water weight, BMI, and so forth. The one thing that I will mention is that you have to be careful. With some hidden foods that contain sugars, and sometimes even fruits can be some culprits there. It can take you out of what we call ketosis, and I'll go into that. But so just be careful about the caloric model. Not all calories are the same, and even as far as nutrition that goes with it. Number 3, okay, you're on this new plan and you want to snack at night, and now what happens is you're eating too many nuts. What happens is that you start to eat some nuts, and now you can't stop because maybe you're hungry, you're not doing it right, or you don't realize it, and by the time the next commercial comes, you've finished off the whole bag or can of nuts, and now you're starting to realize that you might be getting some bloating from these nuts. Well, that's because the nuts are starting to interfere with the gallbladder, okay, and possibly the liver, which causes bloating. And by the way, another side effect of that is actually right shoulder pain. So if that occurs, that's what's happening. So what we want to do is we want to burn fat, okay? And when the body's burning fat, we're being placed in what we call ketosis, and that's when the body burns fat, and that's what we want. However, sometimes people, if they have a slower metabolism or a little bit older, and your metabolism is not as efficient as somebody much younger, what happens is when you're snacking on too many nuts, which is protein and fat, which is okay, it's a good fat, but what happens with a slower metabolism is that instead of burning fat from your metabolism, you're actually burning the protein or the fat from the nuts because your metabolism is slower. Hence, the old story, you take one step forward, 3 steps backwards. So be careful when you're snacking, especially dealing with nuts. That can throw off. Well, a little bit's fine. That's okay. But eating too much is not a good thing, especially when you're on a new program. Okay, number 4. You've heard this. Everything in moderation. Well, again. What happens is that fat, and good fat, is a backup plan in case the body is starved, and I mean really starved, of sugar. Now, some sugar is good. The problem today is everything has sugar in it, and that's a problem. That's a whole video for another day. But we're just talking about 5 weight loss mistakes, and number 4 here is everything in moderation. And fat is okay, and like I said, it's the body's backup system for starvation of sugar. The problem is that you can't metabolize very, very well, and what you want to do is you want to read these labels. So everything in moderation. You have to really watch. And what I'm trying to say is that if your metabolism is slower, then really moderation is not good for you. What does that mean? Because for someone that has a slower metabolism, you really want to have 0 sugars. When you're in that type of situation, then the body can go into a ketosis type situation and start burning fat. So we go back to that problem. So you want to look at these labels, and if you fall into that category, you want to have labels on foods that have 0 sugar. Okay, 0 sugar. Now, if you're a little bit younger and you're an athlete or something like that, it may not pertain. But someone that's a little bit older, it might have some type of health challenge. Eating in moderation may not work. You want to really cut out those sugars. Watch it heavily. Cut out the sugar. Watch it intensely, I should say, of not having that sugar, and try to get your body into ketosis normally, and that'll work much better. But one thing I do want to say with this particular subject, number 4. In moderation, is we do want to increase our veggies. 7 to 10 cups of veggies is what we should be getting per day with a salad. Okay, because that will replace the electrolytes and the nutrition that we've lost when we're on these type of particular programs, and our metabolism is a little bit slower. Okay, number 5, focusing on the weight only. Now this is a big one. Okay, you know, a weight problem really is the tip of the iceberg. You see, if you have a weight problem, you really have an underlying health problem. And this is what we are really all about in functional medicine. We want to find the root of the problem, okay? Want to find out what's going on. For instance, if you're not sleeping, you're not going to lose weight. So we got to fix the sleep problem. If you have a gut problem or digestive problem, you have bloating problem, you need to fix that first, and then the weight comes off. You know, we deal like things and similar problems with inflammation, and as you all know, you know, this is one of the things that we try to address a lot here, is because it's the foundation of a lot of health challenges and inflammation. And again, that's another video, and you've heard me talk about this in other videos. But hormone problems, energy levels, chronic fatigue, mood swings, stress tolerances. These are all things that we work with here. Okay, so we have to go beyond the weight and realize that maybe that there's a deeper problem going on. We fix that problem, and boy, I can't tell you how many times the weight just melts off and comes off. And as you all know, that our basis here is food sensitivities. Again, if we find out that there's a specific food that you're intolerant to, we take that out immediately, and we reduce that inflammation, and a lot of times that clears everything up. We take a look at specific nutrient deficiencies, and again, it's another video, but this is a big important factor on a program, is to make sure you're getting enough nutrients, and of course toxicities. You know, we help people have all different types of health challenges. Like I said, chronic fatigue, inflammation problems, digestive problems, hormone problems, low thyroid, ADHD, migraines, and much more. These are all the type of individuals that do well. Okay, well, there you have it. The 5 weight loss mistakes. If you found that this video gave you value, please share it. Give us some likes. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Ring that bell so you're notified when our next video is coming out. Give us a call. We're always available for a free one-on-one consultation. The number's here at the bottom of the screen. You can go to drsamclass.com, drsamclass.com, and you could register for our weekly seminars. Again, as I've said, we've had topics like this all the time. We're changing and transforming lives here. So if we can be of help, give us a call. Let us know. This is Dr. Sam from Chronic Health Solutions, and we'll talk soon. Take care.